California mom Jessica Conan settles landmark victory against Spreckles Union School District for $100,000. Should have been more, but they settled after she claims her daughter was socially transitioned. Yeah, this is another one of those stories where her daughter somehow went right back to normal after the lockdowns. Huh. Was there maybe someone or something at the school that was pushing this process along? Very interesting that. A California mother who said her daughter was socially transitioned into a trans boy by her middle school has won a landmark legal victory against the district, who settled the suit for $100,000. Good. Now that there's a precedent, everyone who's had their schools fuck their kids up like this should do the same thing. Sue them, bankrupt them. If they can't keep their hands and dilators off your kids, well, part them with their money. Jessica Conan's daughter, Alicia, 11, was allegedly told by Buena Vista Middle School in Spreckles that she was upset because she didn't know who she truly was inside. Of course, that's what they always do. Checks out, right? And the school allowed the child to use the boys' bathroom and male pronouns in class without her mom's consent. Single mom Conan, that explains a lot. At least she did the right thing in this situation, though. Accused the teachers of encouraging her daughter to think she was a trans boy when she was at school in current year -4, only for the child to return to her female persona when learning remotely during the pandemic. Yeah, the pandemic undid the brainwashing. Like, while this was happening, while the lockdowns were happening, I was there from the start, saying that this will actually be a good thing for us in the long run. A lot of the brainwashing, the peer pressure, they can't continue remotely. So this was going to be a game changer. And just like I predicted, here we are. They screwed themselves with these lockdowns. The same people that supported these lockdowns, I guess they weren't expecting their brainwashing to be undone by them. So despite not admitting fault, the Spreckles Union School District settlement marks an important moment in the debate across the U.S. how parental rights fit in with children's decisions in school settings. All right, if you don't want to admit fault and you want to keep settling for $100,000, yeah, just keep suing. Keep suing over and over and over again. Now, Conan launched a legal claim against the school and two 7th grade teachers in current year -2, claiming they kept her daughter's phony trans identity secret from her and hid that she had been having self-Minecrafting thoughts. Yeah, because they knew who was at fault for those self-Minecrafting thoughts too. The child is now attending high school in another district and has re-identified as a girl. Now, in her court papers, Conan says her daughter, identified by her initials AG, found distance learning difficult, but there was a silver lining because AG was at home throughout the school day. She was no longer in the clutches of Miss Caldera and Miss Baraki. Freed from their influence, AG began to return to her old self. Once Conan found out that her daughter was being identified as a male and socially transitioning without her knowledge, she sued the district. Good. Now, this needs to become the norm. This is the only way we can actually fight back at this point. They've made it perfectly clear that they will even resort to violence to continue to be able to screw up your kids. So sue them and get them locked up. Following the landmark settlements to Fox News Digital, they need to understand their place and they need to stay in their place. And schools nowadays are awful. True. That is very true. So I'm going to fight and find. I'm going to fight this fight and keep fighting this fight. I'm not going to allow this to keep happening to children. I feel that this fight, it has to continue. Hey, agreed. Speaking about her current relationship with her daughter, Conan says they're doing great and working together to be more open with one another. And that's the key. One of the biggest red flags is when teachers and other school officials are telling kids, oh, yeah, whatever you do, don't tell your parents about this. Oh, your parents can't find out about this. This would be one of the first things I'd be teaching my kids. Like, if anybody tells you to, keep this a secret from your parents, you need to tell me. I remember when I was a kid and they were warning me about predators and shit. It was all like, oh yeah, if anyone wants to touch you in your no square or anything like that, that's a red flag. You're supposed to tell someone. We're going to have to start the same type of education here. where if anybody tries to do something sexual to you and then tells you to not tell your parents, you tell your fucking parents. And it doesn't matter what blackmail they may have on you. Once the cops get involved, they can't really do shit. It's all manipulation and scare tactics. Now, the mom added, I think it took a lot of guts for both of us to be able to open up publicly and explain what is happening. We're definitely going to be at peace and be able to try to move on from this, but parents, pay attention, ask the questions that are offered. Oh, hell yeah. It's up to you, parents. The people you entrust your kids to are doing things like this to your kids. Nobody is going to watch your kids for you, I hope you know. You need to do it yourself. Yeah, that's no good. Yep, Sonic had it right, huh? So put yourself in uncomfortable situations because you don't know what someone's going through. You don't know what they're teaching in schools anymore. Just be active in your kids' lives and don't be scared to speak up. Mark Trammell, executive director of the Center of American Liberty, said, no, at its core, this is a case about upholding the sacred bond between parents and their childrens. Parents have an inherent right to be involved in the pivotal decisions concerning their children's lives. The victory for the mother comes just days after California's Attorney General sued a school district regarding a new policy that requires teachers to notify parents if their child changes their identity or pronouns. Yeah, that would be like, yeah, you're leaving this school. We're gonna put you in another one. Yeah, that's the end here. So Attorney General Rob Bonta announced a lawsuit Monday against the Chino Valley Unified School District of Southern California, alleging that its parental notification policy is discriminatory and violates both civil rights and privacy laws. Do you see what the government is trying to do here? Parents, they're trying to take what they do to your kids at school and make it a privacy issue. Yeah, how many more reasons do they have to give you to pull your kids out of public school? When is enough going to be enough? What more do they have to do before you get the point? Now, he alleged the policy puts Transformers students in danger of imminent irreparable harm by risking they'll be outed in their household before they're ready. They don't want the parents to figure out that their kids are being groomed and step in and save them before it's too late. They want them to cross the point of no return. When you can no longer take it back, that's when you're ready. So in July, the district school board held a public meeting on whether to adopt the policy, which requires part of the school's personnel to out Transformer and non-gender conforming students to their parents and guardians without their consent or even against their express wishes, as per the lawsuit. Well, unless they were groomed into that, why would they think any different? Like, this is a problem that was created by the public education system. And now the solution is, oh yeah, we more of this and less parents getting involved. Yeah, sure. No, the solution to this problem is pull your kids out of public school. And even if they're in a private school, you have to keep a very close eye on them because private schools are fucked up too. And more than 80 members of the community holding up signs and flags were in attendance and spoke out against the forced disclosure policy. I'm sure none of them were parents, though. They were all far left activists that like, oh, come on, we need those children. We're not having our own. We need access to your children to spread our parasitic, toxic ideology. Yeah, it's bad. But hey, the fact that this one woman at least was able to win, that's a good sign. If we could just keep this up, if we could bankrupt all these institutions that keep trying to groom your children, well, there's light at the other end of this tunnel yet. And for once, it's not an oncoming train.